My brothers and sisters in Christ, in today's gospel, Jesus speaks of the importance of praying for our enemies, the insufficiency of just praying for those whom we are already well disposed towards, but instead that we must pray for all, and especially our enemies. And sometimes the word enemy is a word that we don't apply to a lot of people. If you're like me, I don't look around and see anyone who I think of as my enemy. And yet, I would challenge us as a Lenten exercise to look at this in a different light. Perhaps don't think of enemy, but think of those who are constantly perhaps the source of harsh judgment on our part. Maybe it's someone that in the course of your days and you're moving around your life, it's someone that's a constant irritant, or perhaps it's someone at work that's a source of constant frustration. Or even taking it a step beyond, perhaps it's from watching the news, perhaps it's particular politicians that we hear about all the time, or celebrities, or whatever it may be. We're world leaders of different kinds. The people that we are prone to constantly have harsh thoughts, what we would say, uncharitable thoughts, whether of judgment or anger, of condemnation, whether it is just at times to be angry with people or not, these are the things that foster and erode at our charity. And so a wonderful Lenten exercise is to take these people intentionally to prayer. And by this, I mean to pray for their good and for our own growth in charity. If you go to confession with me at time and your confession is mostly involved with sins against others, this may even be a penance that I give you, is to call all these folks to mind. I often tell people, the people that you've sinned against in your thoughts, your words, or your actions, to collectively call them to mind and offer a decade of the rosary for those people, praying for their needs and your own growth in charity. This is a means by which we can convert and check this inclination that we have towards uncharity in our thoughts, our words, our actions, and instead take it to prayer. This doesn't mean instantly that someone that we're harsh against becomes our friend or that we like them, but it checks that tendency to go into a sinful place and allows us instead, it's okay to disagree with people or to stand against something, especially when those do wrong, but we must always do so charitably, which is we can pray for greater patience to suffer harm or irritation or whatever it is without backlash, or we can, instead of allowing our displeasure to take us into nastiness of thought, instead be a time of taking someone to prayer, to pray for their needs, their conversion, to pray for a change in the way they go about their things, whatever it may be. But while these may not be people we traditionally think of with the label of enemy, there are constantly those around us that can be an occasion of sin to us. This is not a failure on their part. It is the opportunity for us to grow in charity. And so in this time of Lent, may we do so with intentionality. May God bless you all.